So what's up, YouTube? I don't know why I just did all that with the hands, a little too extra. But what's up, YouTube? I'm coming to you guys today with a video on how I overcame depression. It's gonna be very, just talk to you type time. And I'm just gonna give you guys 6 to 10 tips. I'm undecided on how I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna put a timestamp so you guys can skip to the steps, but just so you guys get an idea of where I came from, I'm just gonna give you a little background about myself, not too much, because I don't want to make this video excruciatingly long. You feel me? Y'all might hear my voice change a few times in here. Like I might get a little proper, I might get a little hood in here. You feel me? And then I might just sound like rude. So, growing up, I grew up pretty poor, from the slums. Just a few things I've been through my childhood, just to name it, just so you guys can get, just a little bit, a little bit about me. Poverty, of course. Abuse. I was, once lived in an abusive household. I've always dealt with the feeling of loneliness. I've always been an oddball, so I've never fit in, And then even when it came to me like the conventional pretty girl, I was never that. I always struggled with my weight as well. Self-esteem was hard. I'm trying to stop saying molestation. I've been through that as well. Just really a lot. It was a lot. Like I'll give y'all guys. I'm gonna have my turn to tell you guys, but it's just not the time yet. All right, but just so you guys get an idea of the things that I've been through. And of course you can break this down on a molecular on a smaller and smaller scale, with more definite and more defined feelings. But you can imagine how I felt, like over those years. So just like going through that. I'm only 20. You feel me? So like just to be going through that. So we're just gonna hop right into it, and I'm gonna give you guys the steps now. First step first, you have to make the choice to not be depressed no more. Sounds crazy. It sounds very crazy, right? You be like, who wants to be depressed? Who wants to feel like this? But it starts there, like literally. Yeah, so like once you have your epic moment, it's like, all right, what's next? You know what I'm saying? So the first steps first is you have to choose to be happy. And that sounds so simple, but no, it is not that simple. So all these steps, I might do a bounce off video off all these and just go in depth. But I'm gonna keep this video kind of compiled and short, not short, but I don't want to make this no 2-hour video, so I'll just break these down into sets. But when I mean to choose to be happy, there has to be a shift in mindset. So what helped me get through it, because I used to always feel like my life is why I keep going through things, like the devil keeps constantly attacking me, I don't understand this, and I was just like over it. What helped me was when I started thinking, like, instead of having the mindset of, oh, I'm always going through something, there's always something bad happening, what's this, like, I'm tired, bro, I'm tired of going through it, all that self-depressing mean talk that you tell yourself in your head, I changed it over to I'm always overcoming something. That thought of, I'm always going through something, I'm gonna get through it, but I'm tired of going through it. Y'all seen that little meme before. No. I'm always getting through something. That's what it was, I'm always getting through it. So like I'm always conquering. I'm like, no matter what life throws at me, I always win, bro. Like that way you're always a winner. You're never the loser, you know what I'm saying? In the face of adversity, you always come out on top. You gotta tell yourself that. So you have to shift that mindset from that negative way of thinking unto that new, a new better way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? You have to push those heavy vibes on you. Even though it's gonna be hard to accept, tell yourself this. The more you feed your brain this, the better it's going to get. So you have to choose to be happy. Because a lot of times we be sad because we're familiar with being sad. Like it's easier to be sad. It's harder to be happy when you have been depressed for so long. Like literally, like for instance, I was in Puerto Rico, right? My phone got stolen while I was there. And I was like, bro, like I was doing everything to be sad, and I was just thinking about all the bad stuff, even outside of my phone. And like in my head the whole time, like, bro, you just want to go have fun. Like Forget the phone, just go enjoy yourself and all that stuff like that. And I was just laying in the bed, like crying, saying like, it's always something happening to me. And it was like, because it was so easy to be sad, but just take the effort and get the willpower, and you're just gonna have to struggle it up out yourself to get happy. Like, I noticed that I did it and I still wallowed in my sadness, you know what I'm saying? So, but once I knew that, like, I don't know, one day the switch just flipped, because I kept battling, having that battle in my head about when certain situations came about, and it happened. I only was being sad for so long because it was so much easier to feel sad because I didn't know how to be happy, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like feeding myself those positive thoughts. The switch eventually flipped. So that's my first one. You have to choose to be happy, okay? Choose it, you guys. Like, every time, even when those days are you're sad and you're wallowing in it, keep in your head, keep telling yourself you don't really have to be sad. Like, on the bright side this, on the bright side that, this could have happened, this could have happened, that could have happened, but it didn't, and this now, you know, it's going to get better. You're going to have to constantly feed yourself those good thoughts, even when you're in a bad mood in the physical, because eventually one day that switch is going to flip. So it's kind of like you keep piling something on something, and you're just waiting for it to like fall down. You got to keep piling on there, and then one day it's just going to fall down, okay? Step 2, I started waking up early. Now, I know some of you guys are night owls, so really, with me saying waking up early, it could be, you know, getting out the bed and, you know, utilizing your day. But I say waking up early for sunlight, because naturally, you know, when the sun hits the skin, when the sun hits the skin, you get a boost of serotonin, you know, you get a little happier. So I do recommend, especially those of you guys who are trying to currently just get out of depression, start waking up early. Even 9 a.m. may be early for you, or 10 a.m. may be early for you, especially for somebody who used to wake up at 2 o'clock, you know, sleep the day away to 3, 4 p.m. Wake up at least at 9, 10 a.m., you know, 11 pushing it, and get out there and get some sunlight. Even if you just gotta sit on the porch, catch some fresh air, catch your breath, you know, look around and just thankful and literally bask in the moment, like you are here. You know what I'm saying? You are here. So I definitely recommend waking up early. Step 2. Now, this is probably the most important step. I actually should have made this step 1. Learn to forgive. For some people, that might sound easy, but for those who have went through trauma, I know this could be very hard for you. You know, you probably had, you know, parents that abused you, someone that touched you inappropriately, and just like a lot of other things, you know what I'm saying? You could have went through, you know, a bad relationship. It could have been at-home problems. It could have been somebody who made you just feel like the absolute scum of the earth. So it is hard to forgive. It definitely is hard to forgive. But you say, for instance, like me personally, it was my childhood for me. So it's a lot of people I didn't forgive in my childhood. And so anytime like I got sad or depressed, I would, that moment happened, but I would go all the way back to all the hurt from the past. Like, I'll stretch all the way back to when that happened. And I knew that was probably a root of the problem once I got, you know, to a certain age and noticed that's what I kept doing. But for instance, I was talking to my mom one time, and I was like, bruh, you know, mom, like, I was like, anytime I get sad, I always end up feeling like, you know, like this child again, like when I was little, and they used to do this, that, and that to me, and I just named like all the little evil stuff. And she was just like, you know, but you aren't that child anymore. And like, I'm not that anymore. Like, I can choose to be who I want to be. So once I learned that, you know, I am me in this moment, I have to let go of what happened to me in the past. Even if this happened last week, I'm not the same person from last week. You did what you did, and forgiveness does take time, so I'm not going to say rush the process. But they did what they did, but now I am in the moment. Right now, I choose to be a better me. I choose to be a happier me. So I had to learn how to forgive, because they're out and about, like, living their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're out smiling, not stunning you, probably not even guilty about what they did. But here you are harvesting all this in your heart, and you're sad and all this. And I know it makes you angry to hear. It might make a couple of you guys angry to hear, you know, like, they ain't out there enjoying their life and they kind of like ruined mine. But that's just the sad truth. So while they're out doing their thing, it's time for you to make that decision to just be like, okay, I want to do my thing. I don't want them to have so much control over me to the point where I can't even function daily. I can't even function on a daily basis. I can't build meaningful relationships. I can't manage money correctly. I can't live the life I want to live because I'm letting someone control me from a past version of me. I am me now, and me now chooses to be a better version of me. Me now chooses to be free. Me now, at this moment in time, I'm not gonna let that bother me no more. So you're gonna have to tell yourself that. I'm gonna do a longer, like I said, all these steps, I'm gonna actually do a longer bounce off video of them. But step 2, definitely one of the most important ones, is learning how to forgive. Now this step is quite simple. I'm just gonna throw this in here. I'm not gonna really like name it, but it's gonna call utilize. I'm gonna say utilize your day. So, you know, still throw it in there. We're gonna call this utilize your day. So that means like find things to keep you busy. And yes, like I know, like when I was there, I was like, bruh, but even when I'm working, I'm constantly thinking, and I'm just like, I can't get it out of my head, especially when you're going through heartbreak. We got a video for that too, girl. But you're gonna have to find something to keep, you know, fill your hours of the day, you know what I'm saying, and things that positively impact you as well. But all these steps that I'm about to give you guys following this is going to help fill up that slot, fill up what I just said. So we're going to utilize our day, but the steps that I give you after that is going to help you utilize your day. Step 3. So step 3 is to be a constant state of learning. And I know that's like, girl, no, just hear me out. So personally for me, I'm in college, so like, girl, you're supposed to be learning anyway, right? No. Learning doesn't always mean college. Learning doesn't always have to be reading books. Learning can be, you know, picking up a new hobby. I want to find something I want to master. I want to, you know, learn how to sew. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to read them hard, so you can watch videos. So learning would definitely be something. Personally, my outlet is books. I feel like books are a very, you know, a very nice way. Or you can watch motivational speeches. You know, like I could learn how this person endured or overcame this, that, and the third. I do that a lot. You could learn, you know, just through conversation, talking to people who are wise or have been in certain situations as you have been in the same or worse situations as you know what I'm saying, just talking to those that are around you. You could just learn, you know, you can learn in a plethora of ways. So I don't want to just single you guys out to just like, oh, reading books. But I highly recommend reading books even on top of, you know, whatever you do. Reading books has actually become an extracurricular activity for me that I quite enjoy. Like I have a ball going to the bookstore now, and I'm in love with reading books now. And so yeah, you feel me? That's just what that is. So you got to put yourself in a constant state of learning, you know. So you can go learn how to bake cakes, you can go learn how to sew, just picking up a new skill in general. That will help you so much, just, you know, because in the midst of you doing that, you may never know, you might find purpose in this, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't like this, let me find something else. Like, you're learning yourself in the midst of you doing this. Why it's vital to be at a constant state of learning is because you are working your brain. You are working this little thing that keeps making you depressed, you know what I'm saying, that keeps playing a major role in your depression. You are working that out, you know, you are, you know, uniting that left and right, you know, so you're working out your left and your right part of your brain. That is why it's vital for you to, you know, pick up a new skill or just be at a constant state of learning. So, you know, like I said again, I'm gonna give you another list, you feel me? You can do audiobooks, you can read books, podcasts, pick up a new skill, seminars, motivational speeches, talking to people. You always learn through talking to people, you know, and all that. And then also just examining your life as well, because experience is one of the best teachers. So just like trying to look back on, you know, things. Don't indulge in your past or things that hurt you. Do not get me wrong on that. But, you know, eventually you'll be able to do it once you know, get over this. But it will get to a point where you've learned so much that you can see, you know, experience is one of the best teachers. So you're like, dang, I did this back then. I could have, you know, not in form of regret, but now I know next time when something like this happens, how to react or how this made me feel. I know how to be aware of X, Y, and Z. So the next step is actually going to pertain to your physical health. And what, you know what I'm saying, with your physical health, what I'm saying is like eating healthy and working out. Like, that's just period. That's not mean you guys got to be a gym freak or you guys got to, you know, work out to have the perfect body or nothing like that, or you just got to be on this strict diet. Like, I ain't saying all that, you know what I'm saying? That's not everybody's cup of tea. What I'm saying is make little subtle changes, you know, things that make you feel good. Like, if you sad, you know what I'm saying, like, go outside for a little walk. You ain't gotta run, jog, bust a sweat. I'm saying just like go outside, walk around, absorb some sun, you know, just get out the house. You know, ain't no point in sitting on being a couch potato. It's not healthy to be a couch potato. We just being honest with itself. You know, it's hard truth, you know, because some of us are lazy and we don't like to admit that about ourselves. But just being healthier, you know, and then also, you know, eating better. I'm not saying you gotta completely give up whatever, going on these crazy, you know, overhyped diets, but just making little small changes instead of eating. Say for instance, you fast food 7 days out of the week. Okay, 3 days out the week, you know, make you a home cooked meal. So now you're spending, you know, now you're working your brain, you're learning a new skill, or, you know, even if you already know how to cook, you know, you're just enjoying your time and you're gonna eat you something, you know, nice, that's homemade, you know. So you can do that. And I'm not saying cook them, like, it'll defeat the purpose if you guys cook the most unhealthy thing in the world. But, you know, like, if it's something you like, cook a little something you like, you feel me? But what I'm saying is, you know, you are what you, I see this quote that says, you are the books you read, you are the music you listen to, you are the food you eat. You know what I'm saying? So be careful what you feel your body, feed your body. And that stuck with me. You know, I had that on my screensaver for a long time before I even got over my depression. And with that being said, like I said, you are what you eat, you are what you read, you are what you, whatever. And I just want you to know that you should definitely, you know, consider like eating healthier food. Like I told you, like, you ain't gotta do it every day. You don't gotta meal prep, even though that's awesome too. You want to go full-fledged, go for it, girl. But just to get a start, you know, just change out little things. Like, don't eat all fried food. Instead of eating the French fries with the chicken, eat some broccoli instead. You know, just something that's gonna make you feel energized and better on the inside too. Because when you're there mentally and physically, you can't be stopped, man. So your physical health is something that you should definitely work towards. And this will help you with your depression. Like, I don't know how to explain it to y'all, but like, feels so much better when you eat right. Now this one is a big one. Become definite in the things that you do. So when I say become definite in the things that you do, I mean do things with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you're always going to succeed, but you're definitely getting somewhere. Or, you know, you're not pulling around aimlessly, you're not working out of confusion. Just so you guys get an idea of what definite is, I want to put it on a smaller scale for you. Oh, I put it like this. All right, for instance, I want to lose 10 pounds. All right, so what am I going to do to lose these 10 pounds? All right, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour a day to the gym. That's pretty broad, you know, because you can go to the gym and, you know, work out aimlessly, but you have to the gym though, okay? But if you go like, okay, I'm going to take 1 hour, go out to the gym. I'm going to take 1 hour a day and go to the gym probably 3 to 4 times a week. On these 3 to 4 times a week, I'm going to do these exercises at these amount of reps for this many times, and I'm going to incorporate XYZ into my diet. You know, the next month I should lose 10 pounds. Great, you're being definite in what you do. Even if you did not lose those 10 pounds, you can figure out where I messed up, where I can start over. I'm gonna try again, you know. And you keep the process going. Same thing with those business owners. Like, oh my gosh, I want to gain 300 followers. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start using reels. I'm going to engage more. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to post this many times a day. And I'm going to follow this. I'm going to follow XYZ. And I'm going to beat the algorithm. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to do XYZ. And I'm going to beat the algorithm. That is, you know, being definite in what you do. You have built all these steps up just so you can get to, you know, to this end goal, you know what I'm saying, to this goal. So tunnel vision is what I'm telling you. Get some tunnel vision. This seems very simple, but it's not as simple as, like, believe it or not, a lot of us don't do it. But become appreciative of what you have. And we take this for granted because, and you know why? I gotta sit up for this one, y'all. Alright, man, listen here, bro. So what I'm saying is you gotta learn how to appreciate what's here. And the reason why a lot of times when we don't appreciate what we do have is because we're too busy focused on the future. So it's kind of like, for instance, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till I get this nice apartment and stuff like that. Like, your end goes, you want a house, but I'm like, oh, I can't wait till I get this nice apartment. I pray I get, you know, approved and all that stuff like that. You're going through financial hardships and stuff, so you're hoping you get approved for the apartment. Boom, you get the apartment. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till I get this new house, bro. Man, how much money I gotta save up? So now you don't appreciate the apartment because you're not living in the moment. And that's what we do. Like, you're not living in the moment. We're so focused on what we don't have, what we gotta do, what we gotta accomplish, all the steps that are next. We always on the what's next, instead of stop taking that breath and being like, But right now in this moment, I am thankful. There's nothing wrong with wanting to move, level up, but still be thankful for in the moment. You know, and a lot of times we don't do that because we're so focused on what's next. So to appreciate what you do have, you have to stop yourself sometimes and thankful for the moment. Because I was like this, you know, I was like, bro, you know, I ain't got no friends, you know. I had like, you know, a lot of people, you know, I didn't have friends. I was going through like a lonely phase. But once I started realizing, like, no, I'm just not friends with the people I thought I wanted to be friends with. I have people who who gravitate towards me. I have people who talk to me. I have people who want to spend time with me, and I learned to embrace them. That don't mean you gotta be friends with everybody. If you don't want to be friends with them, you ain't gotta be friends with them. But that was just like an example. It's just like the same thing with, I was saying about the apartment. Like, I get my apartment, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get the house on the hill. Oh, I got my car. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get that Corvette. Girl, appreciate this 2020 that you got right now. Like, everybody ain't riding no 2020. Everybody ain't got no car. I ain't even gonna say 2020. Everybody don't even have a car. So learn to appreciate what you have now, and everything else will follow. You can still go get what you got, but still be thankful for the now. So that's how you have to appreciate what you do have, because a lot of times what you want has been right there in front of you. We tend to be in the place that we prayed for and forgot that we prayed for it, and now we don't appreciate what we got, and we read on to the next thing. And it's kind of like greed to a certain extent, but appreciate what you got, y'all. Last but definitely not least, I built my relationship with God. Yes, ma'am. I built my relationship with God. I don't want to just be like, oh, like, as soon as I started building my relationship with God, like, he just started talking to me, and I just started hearing all this and all that. No, it's not like that. I just started praying more, you know, trying to listen to him more, you know, and like, I don't know, like, once you start feeling God, like, once you really feel that relationship with God, it's like a fire just lights off inside of you. You can't do nothing but praise him. Like, dang, like, all these moments, teaching moments, like, your eyes come open to so many things. Yes, like, I am a Christian. I don't know about y'all, but I am a Christian girl, you know, like, I believe in God, you know, whatever God y'all worship, you know, your opinion, you know, just your forte, not judging. But you know, I'm a Christian woman, and with that being said, like, once I built my relationship with God, and I'm constantly trying to, you know, learn him, hear his voice, you know, as far as like reading my Bible, listening to sermons, applying his words to, you know, my everyday life, and just seeing how I could work and, you know, build that relationship with him, things have gotten so much more easier for me. So I'm not gonna just say easy, like life's a breeze, but the mindset shifted. My mindset has shifted. Another video that's coming soon, but my mindset has shifted a lot, and it just helps, you know. It just helps, bro. And I'm happy. Like, I'm happy, like, literally. I don't know, like, it ain't nothing much that could righteously tear me down, but definitely build a relationship with God. If you guys want a video on how to build a relationship with God, I'll be willing to drop one. I'm still learning right now, so it's probably be like a few months down the line as I grow my relationship with him, and, you know, constantly look for ways to, you know, build upon that. But definitely, you know, my relationship with God, that could be, right now they could be watching videos for you. You know, they have like TikTok videos about God all the time. So if you want to do that, if you want to watch sermons, find your favorite pastor, get on YouTube, you know, reading his word, you know, praying more, all that, studying the Bible, like, all those things definitely help. But last but definitely not least, building my relationship with God. Like, without God, I would not have gone through anything. So, like, that could really be at the top of the list for most people, which was at the top of the list for me. But I grew up in church, so God has always been in my life. It's just like I was just newly found in him. You know how they're like, we go astray and then we come back, but that's definitely mine. But yeah, YouTube, so I was just, you know, that's really those steps that I have for you. I don't know if I did 8, 9, or 10, to be honest, because I did not write them down. I just went off the top of my head. But as I was saying, those are the steps that helped me get out of my depression. I'm more happier than I've ever been. If I left some out, I'll always do an updated video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's it for my Talk to Me Tuesday. Y'all have a nice day.